welcome back to my podcast, Conversation with Starai. I am Starai for people who are new with me. I've just started this podcast. This is my second round doing this, and where we talk about everything spiritual. I am a psychic medium and spiritual healer. So today I would like to talk about everything to do with shadow work and inner child healing. What is it? Why is it important to do it? And what is it all about, and how important it is for us to do this type of healing. I know a lot of people only know shadow work as in working with the inner child, but there is work to do in regards to everything else that we have repressed in our life in regards to a certain part of ourselves where we are told that we maybe are too loud or too chattery or too focused, hyper focused on one thing, or too extra. We suppress that part of ourselves, and it becomes abandoned in a way, even though it's ourselves. That eventually over time will definitely cause a disruption in energy and will cause some type of frustration or some type of, we could be sabotaging ourselves basically because of these play of these, I don't know, these emotions that have been shut down, if you will. So yeah, so let's get into a deep dive of what that is. So this topic, it's definitely very hard, or like it's a very, it's like you never, I've done a lot of research, and it just feels like there's never an end. There is an end goal, but it's not like a 12-step program or something like that. It's kind of depending on the person, what type of methods that they need to do in order to heal. So it's definitely different for everyone. And what I kind of feel like it's a lot to do, right? So basically what shadow work is that it's like repressed emotions that we have shut down in order to fit in or survive, right? In order for us to, the reason why we need to bring it up is if we don't, we get stuck in a period of major anxiety, emotional breakdown, self sabotage. There's a lot that goes on if you do not express these parts of yourself that have been hidden, or has been hidden, or has been, I don't know, shut down. So the main thing is basically shadow work is for you to be able to bring it up and to accept that part of yourself so you can feel whole or 100%. It's a lot like, let's say, like, I don't know, you can't stay present because of something is missing and you don't know what it is. But if you ever look back into your life, there are parts of yourself that you deny, and it has been left in the past in a way. So it's literally like some type of fragmentation of the whole self. It's like that, those missing, let's say a person, right? And there's like a, there are like a jigsaw puzzle, right? And there's bits of the jigsaw puzzle that are missing. So there's black spots, right? And this person maybe go through life feeling not whole or not enough, or feeling like something is missing. That is because they repressed a part of themselves they can't seem to get back, but they don't know what they're looking for. They don't know what is missing. They don't know what they're looking for, but they are yearning to find it. They're yearning to feel this completion, if you will, like to feel safe. And in order for you to do that, you need to spiritually, okay, call your energy back, right? In meditation, in some way, visualize calling all your energy back, and basically calling it back and accepting it, like viewing it for what it is, and then bringing it up to the surface and accepting that all these other parts are you as well. So once you accept that, the jigsaw puzzles go back to where the missing parts are, and that's where you feel the most complete. And that's the main goal for shadow work, is basically calling back all the repressed emotions of the past for you to feel complete. That's the reason why maybe when you have childhood trauma, And this is the only way you can cope, to people please, right? And so when you grow older, you kind of feel like there's a part of you missing and you don't know what it is, right? And you go and do your inner child work, okay? And apparently that's not enough. There is other things that you go through life, and there are things that, as an adult, you're affected about. Either it's heartbreak, or work, or dealing with rejection or grief or something like that. There are parts of us that that is not represented or seen. So in order for you to fully feel present, because in trauma, we most of the time people are definitely not in their body, right? So traumatized individual is definitely living in their anxiety, in their thoughts, in the mental realm, okay? So either in the past or way into the future, never really in the present, because it feels unsafe, okay, as a child. So to live in the mental space gives you a lot of anxiety or depression, and you're wondering why you cannot anchor your energy. You're wondering why you don't feel safe. It's because you have denied these parts of ourselves. This is, majority, everyone's going through this. So in order to change this, overcome this problem, is to call back all the missing parts of yourself, the fragmented parts of yourself. um I I did some research, and there was this guy called is it Carl Jung? He's a German psychiatrist, and he's the one that penned this work of shadow work, integrating the shadow work. So basically integrating all parts of ourselves to bring it back together, to feel peace and at one with ourselves, and accepting the darkness, or accepting the bits of the self that people reject. We need to, in order for us to transcend this feeling, we need to accept ourselves 100% wholly, or we will not move on from this place where we feel not good enough ever, or ever safe, or ever secure. And I feel like a lot of people are looking for the same thing. And I feel like this is normally mistaken for security, because they don't feel secure in themselves. And I kind of feel like the majority of people are looking for it through financial, like looking for money, like like making sure you make enough money so you can buy a house, so you can feel secure, so you can buy a car so you can feel secure, and have an emergency fund so you can feel secure. The reality is that no matter how much money you make, no matter how much success you have as a business owner, or how many houses you have, and how much money you got for, like, um, prepping for some type of disaster, right? If you do make it, you make $1 million, you still feel on the inside an emptiness, or a feeling of either unworthiness, or a feeling of like something is unstable. It feels a lot like you're on a boat and there's no anchor, and you got no engine, so you're at the mercy of the ocean. No matter, you're in the mercy of the wind, the waves, the ocean. Unpredictable, like the unpredictableness, you don't feel in control at all. Even if this boat was full of money, it doesn't, the outside is not going to help you feel whole on the inside, if you know what I mean. i I definitely have been working on myself with this, because I kind of feel like for a long time I thought it was, I don't know, status, money, or having a career to make me feel safe, buying a big house to make me feel safe, having nice cars. It's not even that. It's an internal thing, and I don't know why, but we kind of like look for it in physical things, and it's never really the answer to what we're looking for, in a way. So I stumbled across shadow work. Okay, so I did the inner child healing, and I stumbled across shadow work, and I read up on it. Okay, so it's actually a theory, a method. A lot of therapists use it to heal their patients. So it's a big thing, but it's kind of niche, right? Now everyone knows about inner child work, which I dealt with that myself, and I stumbled across shadow work, and I started doing it, and it was definitely a different shift. It was definitely a different experience to uh, the inner child work. So that's the reason, maybe, yeah, that's the reason why I've stumbled across this just now, is to, what I've been doing is I've been creating audios, right? Hypnotherapy audios to relax, to talk to my inner child to relax, because always had anxiety when I was a kid. And I obviously have a lot of insecurities and a lot of trauma as a child, like normal people do. And once I healed that, I felt like immense peace with this child, right? Energy. But then I was eventually, spirit led me to integrate the shadow, and I was like, what's that? And then I read into it, and that makes sense, because it's like something is still missing within me, you know. So I decided to make an integration of shadow audio where I listen to it through walking meditation, or when I meditate, you know, in the day, or maybe before a nap, I use it, and I found like there was some type of profound shift that I'm 100% in my body, and it's like we are in 100% of bodies at some time in our life where we are like completely in the reality of the physical body, and it's not all the time, but when we are there, it just feels like you are I don't know, I can't explain it, but like it's like very present, you know, with yourself, and very very much living instead of like worrying, you know, feeling 100% peace and feeling 100% in the presence. Okay, it's very hard to explain, but the hypnotherapy audios that I have been creating has helped a lot of my clients and the people who follow me. It's definitely helped me with processing emotional energy and healing the inner child wound. Right now, I'm in the middle integrating the shadow self, and that's the reason why I'm doing this not audio, this podcast, so I can bring maybe more awareness that shadow work is definitely needed to, you know, focus on. It's actually an important part of our spiritual growth in order for us to, you know, find ourselves. A lot of our to know ourselves. A lot of anyone who's in spirituality, that's what they want to get to the truth, or they want to get to, you know, that journey where they feel at one. It's not like they're learning something, it's kind of like uncovering something so they can go back to the main source, their center, their peace, if you know what I mean. So here are some of the signs if you feel that you might need shadow integration work. So it says in my research, if you ever feel unhealed, or if you ever feel unacknowledged, or trying to get something is trying to get your attention and something doesn't feel right. Okay, so number one is a feeling that you always need healing, but you're never fully free. That's a big one. So if you do feel like that, you got to do the inner work, and then you could do journaling, affirmations, meditation. You could try hypnotherapy like me, and it definitely has had a profound shift with myself, my spiritual growth. If you still feel something's missing, definitely integration of the shadow will definitely help you. um, because I kind of feel like healing the inner child is definitely not enough for some people, definitely not enough for me. There's still a need for doing more. Okay, not 100% there, you know. I would say inner child is maybe or get you up to not 50 but maybe 40%, you know, of feeling okay, or feeling, you know, at peace with yourself. But the rest need then I to me I feel like I need more work. The second thing is, I wrote it here, is you keep seeing repeating that you keep repeating the same patterns. So that would mean like in toxic relationships, bad habits, maybe self-sabotaging, maybe fear of success, maybe not feeling good enough, maybe confidence issue, or lack of self-worth, or lack of low self-esteem, or lack of self-belief. No matter what it is, something is missing still in a way. So no matter what you do, you always find yourself needing to continually to fix that, if you know what I mean. The next one is struggling with self-acceptance. Okay, this is a hard one for everyone. Feeling not good enough, or feeling, I don't know, like it could be better, and like struggling to accept how you look, how you are, and you know, like it's a really bad place to be. It's a very negative place to be. It's not very a good. I don't think it's a comfortable place for anyone, and it just feels like you feel like a reject, or you're ashamed of something that you cannot fix, or you don't fit in, or you're not an ideal package, or you compete with other people or compare. That's a sign as well. Or you feel guilty with these emotions of anger, jealousy, no matter, and fear and insecurity competing with other people. You could also judge yourself and judge lifestyles and, things and status and money. So it just keeps on going. Okay, so that's another one um, point. If you have that, you definitely need to integrate the shadow self. The next one is you're easily triggered. Okay, so like anger, um, feeling a lot of strong emotions here, overreacting at things, wanting to scream, like having these outbursts of intense anger, or just sadness generally, or you're either avoiding things or pushing people or things away or delaying something. Okay, so the next one on the list would be experience a cycle of burnout or avoidance. That's extremely uh, exhausting to live that way. So that could be basically trying to push yourself to be high vibrational, and but then feeling really disconnected and drained. So like actively trying to, be a certain something. uh, and it's like fake it till you make it, but it's kind of exhausting because you don't really feel it. So that's another key point that you might need to integrate the shadow. The next point is this list number 6. It says you feel disconnected to your authentic self. Okay, so you don't know who you are, or you feel lost, or you feel you do all the right things. You're scripting, you're writing, you do affirmations, you do the meditation, you're eating a good diet. It just feels like you're people pleasing, or you're shape shifting, or you're trying to fit in these boxes that you don't belong in, or trying to tell yourself that this is you and that's it, and trying to label this, or trying to put like a not a fake identity, but adopt this thing and say, oh, this is me now. So you could be struggling with feeling fake, or maybe not living to your true self, like something feels off or feels wrong. That's when you definitely would know if it doesn't align with you. Okay. The next one is your manifestations keeps getting blocked. This is the reason why I did shadow work, right? Because I'm hitting walls all the time, and I'm like, what is it that I need to change in order for me to get past this block? Because I always get to a certain level, I'm doing great, and then I'm hitting these walls, and I'm like, I've got to do something. I've got to go to the past and figure this out. Like, why can I not get to the next level? And this is the reason why we are here. So in my notes it says constantly distract yourself with social media, work, or external noises. Okay. Next thing, next point says sitting in stillness and facing your thoughts make you uncomfortable. Next is you feel uneasy when you're not busy or doing something. You see, so I am part of that hustle culture. Like girl boss and working hard and making it, and confidence and being an entrepreneur. But really, it's definitely you're just pushing and pushing, and it's kind of feeling like exhausting, and also like you're hitting walls. And that's why I wanted to do the inner work to remove this block that I feel like it's not working for me anymore. The next point is you're avoiding being alone with yourself. Okay, so it says you're constantly distracted. Now I'm reading the same thing. Okay, the next one is your inner child feels neglected. Okay, so that one you need shadow work for sure. Feeling abandoned, unworthy, unseen, growing up with wounds, going into adult life, attracting the wrong things, buying the wrong things, trying to fill that void. So that's a sign that you need work, you need peace. The next is that you are resisting change or growth. I'm not in that department, but I can see why this would be an issue for someone. Fear of stepping into their power because it feels unfamiliar, uncomfortable. Part of you wants success or abundance, but part of you secretly fears it, fears change. So you self sabotage when things start going well. Okay, that's a massive sign that you need to integrate your shadow work. Okay, so if this sounds familiar to you, this is the next step, what you should do. So I would say, first of all, do mirror work. All right. Do affirmations in the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror. Eye focus. Focus your eyes and talk to yourself. Okay, and do these affirmations. It can be very powerful. It can create shifts in your brain. You are definitely talking to yourself. It definitely is a good practice to do. It's definitely taking. You need it needs time. You need time to talk to yourself. It needs time to practice this because it's kind of odd when you start it. Next thing you could do is move your body, move the energy. They call it, is it shamanic? Forgot that word. Breaking? No, shaking. Shamanic shaking, where you move your body because the energy is stored in our body. Trauma can be stored in the body. So moving the body, shaking, dancing could shift the energy in your bodies. That's a good practice for you to do daily. If you want, you could jump on a trampoline. That could help you. You could go for a run. So definitely shaking the energy around where stored energy is like stuck. The next is obviously maybe daily walks with nature to ground your energy, and maybe listen to meditation music while you're out there. The next one is audios, integration audios. So this is what I'm doing currently. This is hypnotherapy, and it's just retraining my mind, my subconscious mind, that I do accept all these parts of myself that have been repressed, and visualizing it on a daily basis. It's about repetition. It's for the subconscious mind to pick that up and say, oh, okay, so this is your reality. I'm gonna make this happen for you, like you are. Because if we're visualizing that we are whole, so subconscious mind doesn't really know what truth is. So you keep repetitively listening to the same audio, doing the same visualizations, the physical world will start shifting. Okay, so that's what I've been doing, and I feel like I had immense change with that, the most profound change with hypnotherapy. I've been doing hypnotherapy since I was in my early 20s. I dealt with a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, a lot of fear of public speaking, a lot of shyness, lack of self-esteem, had difficulties to sleep. I had everything that worked, and it really helped me push through all these boundaries until now. And I'm fine now. I'm like a functioning person, adult, but I do have these blocks. This is the last inner block that I feel like I had to work through, and this is the reason why I created these audios for myself. And it really helped me. So my guides were like, why don't you offer it to your followers? So this is the reason why I'm talking about it now. So this was, only to do for private use, and I've now made it available for my website if you're interested. I have about a collection of 10 different audios available for everyone, and it's definitely been a big shift or a big experience to my followers or clients. So yeah, definitely check it out. It's stareye.com. I go to hypnotherapy meditations, and it would be there. And the last segment I want to talk about is that I can't express how much important for everyone to do the shadow integration, right? It's part of the journey. It's part of the spiritual journey. If you want to grow, if you don't want to be stuck or held back or self-sabotage, is definitely the key to inner peace. If you feel that you can relate to all these points that I have discussed, definitely feel free to make a comment or reach out on my website. And I want to thank everyone for following me. I want to thank everyone who has subscribed to me on YouTube. This is still a very new channel. And so, this is my second time doing the audio. So I really appreciate everyone who comes to listen and, um, to hear what I have to say. This is not hard. No, it is hard for me to speak on camera. It's not like I'm not 100% comfortable yet, but I'm still working through it, if you can tell. But all I'm saying is thank you for everyone that subscribes or likes the channel, and hopefully I will see you guys again next time. Oh yeah, please, by the way, if you want to see a podcast on another subject matter, definitely comment in the comment section, and I will definitely read all your comments and try and get back to you. And yeah, definitely throw out ideas for me to discuss, because I'd love to hear back from you guys. And until then, see you soon. Okay, bye.